Well, I discovered exactly what Justin Trudeau has been doing while holed up in his mansion cottage for almost the 30th day of a 14-day self-quarantine. He's brainwashing kids about life-saving plastics and climate change.
During this time of pandemic, of crisis, there's less economic activity, so there is less pollution. But as we come out of it, we're going to have to make sure that we're keeping up our fight against pollution, that we're doing things like eliminating single-use plastics, that we're protecting more of our oceans and our land, and that we're continuing to work really, really hard to protect the environment for you, for future generations.
You know, CBC Kids never takes a break from cramming hardcore liberal propaganda down your kids' throats, do they? Not even a pandemic will put a stop to them. Now, in a recent video filmed for CBC Kids, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and Chief Medical Officer, the flip-flopper on masks, Theresa Tam, answered completely not staged and wholly unscripted questions from kids across the country for about 15 minutes straight. Which means that after we factor in the 15-minute daily press conference where Trudeau staggers out of his mansion cottage to read some prepared remarks and answer some hard-hitting questions like, how are you keeping from burning out, and why are you just so darn awesome? Trudeau, by doing this interview with this kid, has doubled his daily workload to 30 minutes. Anyway, I watched the whole video, and I'm probably dumber for it. And I actually burst out laughing at one point when one kid asked Trudeau what he's doing with his family to stay busy. Just watch.
My name is Gwyneth Scola and I am 8 years old from Maple, Ontario. And I would like to know, how is your family keeping busy while social distancing? Thank you.
Thanks, Gwyneth, for your question. Obviously, it's a difficult time for all families right now. From doing lots of homework on computer and keeping up with schoolworks to trying to play different games and keep busy throughout the long days with brothers and sisters without being able to talk to or see friends, talking a lot on the phone and over FaceTime. Kids are trying to find different ways to get through days when we are all stuck at home, where we're not able to go out and see our friends. We're not able to do the things that we usually like to do, but we're really holding together as families in Canada, and that's a really good thing.
Now, did you catch that? Trudeau answered that kid's question in the abstract, much like he does when he gets a question from a grown-up that he doesn't know how to answer. Trudeau never gave details about what he is actually tangibly doing with his family to keep busy during the pandemic, because Trudeau's family is at Harrington Lake away from him and in violation of the recommendations of Premier Doug Ford. So I guess because his family's gone, Trudeau is talking to other people's kids on the internet instead. Now, eventually, with Trudeau speaking to people on his own level, he got around to focusing on what really matters during this crisis: the dangers of climate change, and especially single-use plastics. Just watch.
I am seeing that the pandemic has caused a reduction in pollution. What will the Government of Canada do to protect the quality of air when the economy starts up again?
That's a really great question. We know that we have to protect the environment. We have to make sure we're fighting climate change every single day. During this time of pandemic, of crisis, there's less economic activity, so there is less pollution. But as we come out of it, we're going to have to make sure that we're keeping up our fight against pollution, that we're doing things like eliminating single-use plastics.
Now, normal people know that single-use plastics are being embraced as clean and hygienic and as a valid means by which to stop the spread of the coronavirus, especially in grocery stores. We know that hospital ventilators require single-use tubing. Canadian hospitals could absolutely not function without single-use plastics, from IV tubing to bags, syringes. Plastics are saving lives during this pandemic, and kids should know all about that. But if you want your kids to learn these true facts of life about plastic, don't let them anywhere near CBC's Kids programming. For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn-Reid. Now, there might be a pandemic out there, but Rebel News will be working hard to hold the government to account in ways that you won't see done by the mainstream media. There are a couple ways to help us right now. First, give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and ring the little bell so you never miss an upload from us. But also, if you'd like to support our journalism during these trying times, you can do that at helprebelnews.com.